Welcome back to Midday Kentucky, everyone. Well, it's a safe, supportive and welcoming environment for unaccompanied youth who have suffered abuse, neglect or at risk. Here to tell us more about Arbor Youth Services, Laurie Clemens. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hello, thank you for having me.
How are you?
I am great for a Monday.
For a Monday, it is perfect.
Yes.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what actually is Arbor Youth Services.
Absolutely. So like you just said, we work with unaccompanied children and youth ages...
What does that mean, just before you go any
So
further?
unaccompanied meaning we are working with children without their parents, their guardians, it's just the children. And so we work with children birth through the age of 24. And so what that looks like is we have an emergency shelter for unaccompanied children under 18. So kids come to us, they've been removed from their home, kicked out of their home, or they ran away, and they're in crisis. And they have nowhere else to go, no other family, so they're with us.
So how is that different from foster care?
So we're essentially pre-foster care. Like they are in their crisis. Cops have found them or they've been removed from their home, and they come to us until a permanent arrangement can be figured out, which is sometimes foster care, sometimes other family. Or foster care home doesn't work out, and then the kids come back to us until another arrangement can be decided.
And when you say crisis, just give some people at home a visual of some type through conversation and words of what you mean by crisis.
So that's heavy for a Monday.
I know.
So just over the last few months, we've had several what we call littles, children under 10. We had a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old brought to us. They were brothers, and they were covered in bruises. Their father had been beating them, and so they, of course, were removed from care and brought to us until another family member could be found. We had another sibling group, a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and an 8-year-old, who were found in their apartment. Their mother had overdosed on the couch. They didn't even know that she had died, and they were brought to us to let them know.
How long were they there?
In the home?
No, yes.
Oh, we don't know.
You don't even know?
Yeah, we're not sure. Cops, found them. So the kids come to us either physical abuse, neglect. Some kids have just been abandoned.
Is it your goal to get them reunited with a family member, or is it better for them to be in a foster care situation?
Well, luckily,
is that
it is not our decision.
Whose job is that?
It depends on the situation. For all of those scenarios, those children become part of Child Protective Services. So they're assigned a state worker. They decide whether, and I think, speaking for Arbor, the hope is that we could place children with families, right? As long as it is safe and welcoming. But sometimes that doesn't happen. So then some kids are with us for less than a day. Some are with us for months, depending on a permanent placement.
All right. How can all my viewers at home help you?
Oh my gosh. Well, as any nonprofit.
This is important.
Yes. Funding is always helpful. Donations, working with kids at a shelter runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We never close. Our capacity is 10 youth at a time. So again, birth through 18 in the shelter. So if you can imagine trying to feed and clothe and just go through all of that for kids.
And is this a house that you have?
Yes. So for the shelter, we have a home. It's a historical home. It's currently undergoing rehab, but we are in another historical home.
Yes.
And so it's set up like that. There's bedrooms, kitchen. It's just we make it home for these kids. It is. And then we also work with 18 to 24-year-olds who were homeless, and most of them have aged out of foster care, or they're 18 and their parents kick them out, or they're in a home where that wasn't welcoming and supportive. We receive a lot of youth who identify as LGBTQ, so as soon as they can get out of the home where they have not been accepted, then they find themselves homeless and they come to us. Well, thank you.
It's a really thankless job, and it really is, and I think it's tough.
It is very tough.
I think it's amazing that we as a TV show can bring light to that, and I appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you.
I want everyone to know, if you want to help out at home, please put up these details up on the screen for you now. Give them a phone call, or there's their Facebook page as well if you want to find out more information. Listen, maybe just go and get a box of food, some blankets, even if you don't have, a check that you can give them. Just anything helps. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Back after this short break, everyone. You're watching Midday Kentucky.